All right, let's try this again. Hopefully we record audio this time. So, what I've done is I've written the code for Project Dueler problem number 4. What that is finding the largest palindromic number that is the product of two 3-digit numbers, so any number between 100 and 999. So yeah, I'll just take you through, show you guys how I solved that. So in its essence, it's just two nested for loops. We're gonna loop through these. These allow us to hit every single number combination possible with two numbers. Then we multiply them, store that in num. And if you're wondering, this variable is I use this one to store the largest palindromic number that I find. So yeah, we get the product. We go through, we call this this function, that's what it's called, is palindrome, which tests whether or not num is a palindrome or a palindromic number. And then if it is a palindromic number, we come down here and we test whether or not num, which is the new palindromic number we found, is greater than large palindrome, which is the largest palindromic number we found up to this point. If it is larger, merely set large palindrome equal to num and move on, go back through the loops. Just keep looping until both these reach, well, until this reaches 999. All right, and then yep, once we go through our for loops, once our for loops is completed, we're just outputting it. I've got it set up to output to a file just so I can show you, because the screen capture stuff I'm using only shows one window. So I can't flop between my command prompt that would normally show the output if I just cout it. But yeah, so let's go through the two functions that I've got. One is palindrome, the other is reverse. Names are pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, so this one tests if it's a palindrome or not. We bring in parameter num. This is another parameter that holds the reversed value. First thing we'll do is we'll set that equal to reverse. The function of reverse, what that returns, and this will return the reverse number. Then we test whether or not the number is equal to its reversed counterpart. If it is, we return true. If it isn't, we return false. And that goes up in here into this if statement. So yeah, and then the reverse function does what it says. It reverses your number that you put in. We bring in the number. The easiest way I figured to do this was to turn our numbers into strings and then reverse our strings, because strings function as arrays and arrays are fairly easy to reverse. And then another number to restore the reverse number. So yep, turn it to string here with this command. Have our empty string. And then we run through this for loop. So this will start from the string length, so basically how many digits are in the number. Go down to I is greater than 0. And we're subtracting each time, so we're counting down. And then we go through here. So this is an empty string. We're just adding on the character at I-1 into our new string. And as we count down, that'll reverse the strings. And so the biggest part that gave me trouble when I was trying to actually write this was this for loop. And just because it's unsigned ints don't like to go to 0, because originally I had this set up where it was numstring.length -1, and then I is greater than or equal to 0. But it didn't like that, and it kept putting me in an infinite loop that would crash my program, and it was really frustrating. So if you had it like that, this would just be I. But since this doesn't work, we just take this out, move that up one, but it means that we have to get num string of I minus 1, otherwise we'll have an out of bounds exception or problems. So yep, once we run through and we get the reverse string, we turn that back into a number, return the number, that goes back in here, and then we go through. So yeah, that's the code. It works, I promise. I'll run it for you guys. It should show up in this out file. Nothing in here, I'm not cheating. The code actually works. Unfortunately, I can't show you the command prompt to prove that it works, but it works, I promise, and I'm not cheating. I'm not running a different program. Takes a little second to do because it's a lot of numbers to run through, and you see we get the number 906,609, which if you look it up, that is the largest palindromic number of 2 3-digit integers. So yeah, this is how I solved Project Euler problem number 4.